Hi, in this video we will going to learn the different examples of the equivalence class testing technique. Means how to write the test cases for weak normal, strong normal, weak robust and strong robust, and how to write the test case table also, and how to write the test cases. So in this video, so first we will start with the first category of equivalence class testing technique is weak normal. So and as well as strong normal. For both we will write the test cases. The weak normal, in the last video I have explained that weak normal is nothing but here we are specifying the valid input variables, and also so we need to avoid the redundancy, and then we need to do the complete testing of the input domain. And then so how we need to specify the test cases in the weak normal. So I told that in the last video, the based on the possibility of outcome of a given program, we need to identify the number of test cases. Based on that we need to specify the input. So in this example, so first we will start with the example of triangle problem. So for a triangle problem, for a given triangle problem, the upper limit and lower limit of the given triangle problem is 1 to 10, and A, B, C are the three inputs of a triangle. Then so based on this specifications, we need to check what is the probability of or possibility of outcome we will going to generate. So basically when we will specify valid input variable for a given program, there are four possibility of outcome can be occurred. So for a triangle problem, one is when we will specify valid input, we may get the equilateral triangle, or else so we may get the output result as a isosceles triangle, or else we will get the output result as a scalene triangle, or else it's not possible to form a triangle. These are the four possibility of outcome we will going to generate when we will specify valid input variable for a given program under the weak normal test cases. That here how to write that test cases. Basically in this, so I told that we will going to generate the four test cases. Therefore so the test case id, this is the how we need to specify the test case table. The test case table has to include test case id, then test case description, input data and expected output result and actual output result, and last one is status. So here the test case id we have to specify wn1, wn2, wn3 in this manner. The wn indicates that weak normal test cases. Here test case description we need to specify that, so what are all the input you are going to specify for your so inputs. Testing for like what a value and b value and c value you are going to specify, that value you have to specify over here. wn1, wn2, wn3 and wn4, these are the four test cases we are going to write for under the weak normal for a triangle problem. Now testing for ABC. So first I'll going to list it out the expected output result based on the input, the valid input variable, the possibility of outcome. First we have to list it out. First I told that we may get equilateral triangle as a output result, or else scalene as a second output result, scalene, or else we may generate isosceles as a third output possibility of output, and then last possibility of output is not a triangle. These are the four possibility of output we can generate when we will specify the valid input variable. So now let us consider. So if I specify 5 5 5 will be my first input, then my expected output result is equilateral triangle. To generate the scalene as a output result, so my input will be a 3 4 5. If I specify 3 4 5, then my expected output result is scalene. 3 4 5, then my expected output result is scalene. If I specify 2 2 3, then I can generate the output result so isosceles, then not a triangle. So 1 4 1 or 2, if you specify these values, then you can generate the output result expected output result, not a triangle. So now there is no any rule so to specify the values between the upper limit and as well as lower limit. You can specify or else you can give any values, so 555 or 333 or 222, but I have to get output result equilateral. To generate this output result in such a way that you need to specify the input. To generate equilateral triangle, I can give 111 or else 222 or else 555 or 101010 or 666. So these are all the combination of inputs. I can generate the equilateral as my output result. So to generate the scaling, you can give a different set of input parameter list also. It is not mandatory that you need to specify 3, 4, 5. You can specify 5, 6, 7 also. You can specify so 7, 8, 9 also. Based on that, so you need to generate scaling whenever you are giving a such type of input parameter list. Then to generate the isosceles triangle, you know that any two input parameter list should be same and other can be different. Like for example, here I have specified 2, 2, 3. So 2, 2, 3. So I will going to generate the isosceles. This kind of combination you can specify. Different set of combination you can specify. That our value should be a valid input variable. All the values should be within the limit. Then only, so you can see these are all the values are valid input variable. When I specify valid input variable for a triangle problem, then these are the expected outcome. You have to list it out first. Based on that, you need to specify the input, and then based on that you can write the description, and then you can cross verify whether you are getting a correct output result or not. Based on that, here we have to specify whether the test cases are pass or fail. Here all the test cases are pass means here I'll write pass, pass, pass. Here when it will be pass, when you are getting the same output result, like equilateral triangle or scalene triangle or isosceles triangle or else not a triangle. This is how we are writing the test cases. So for a weak normal test cases, so like a equal to 3, b equal to 3 and c equal to 5. Here test case description you have to specify in this manner. Testing for a equal to 2, b equal to 2 and c equal to 3, and also here testing for a equal to 4 comma b equal to 1 and c equal to 2. This is how you can go into write the weak normal test cases for a triangle problem. When we will see these test cases, you can see first point is we have to correct test or select test cases wisely, and then we need to do the complete testing, and then there we have to avoid the redundancy. You can see we have expected output result, we have avoided the redundancy of the output result also, and as well as inputs parameter list what we are specifying. One time we get the equilateral triangle as a output result, one time we have tested a scalene, one time we have tested isosceles, and one time it is not possible to form a triangle. These are all the 4 test cases are uniquely identified, or else it is not a redundancy. So we have avoided the redundancy. Then clearly I can say that weak normal test cases, so it is satisfying the motivation factor of the equivalence class testing technique. There are 2 motivation factors were there. One is we have to avoid the redundancy, and second one is we need to do the complete testing of the input domain. But when I move to the strong normal test cases, the strong normal test cases are so similar to the weak normal test cases, but here we are generating the redundancy of the output result. 2 times I will going to generate the equilateral triangle, 2 times I will going to generate the scalene triangle, 2 or more number of times I will get the isosceles triangle, 2 or more number of times I will going to get the not a triangle. Therefore we won't write the test cases separately for a strong normal test cases. So the same test cases which we have considered, so the same test cases we are using for a strong normal also. Therefore here we are calling it as WN1 and SN1 also, strong normal 1, strong normal 2. But in the strong normal, the major difference I told, here the redundancy output results will be existed, but in case of here redundancy output results will not be existed. And then here also we are specifying valid input variable, here also we are specifying the valid input variable. Therefore whenever you are writing the test cases for a strong normal, you can write a one statement. The strong normal equivalence class test cases are identical to the weak normal equivalence test cases. This is about how we can write the test cases for weak normal and strong normal test cases for your triangle problem. Similarly, when I jump to the next test cases, that is weak robust test cases, equivalence test cases for a triangle problem. Now I'll write directly how to write the weak robust equivalence. So in the last video I have explained that robust is nothing but invalid input variable, weak is nothing but single fault assumption. So based on that we need to specify the test cases. So just I will write directly the test cases. Weak robust is nothing but test case ID we are writing in this fashion: WR1, WR2, WR3, WR4, WR5, WR6, and then so inputs we are specifying. So like what type of input we need to specify? A, B, C are the three inputs. Now these are the test case IDs. TCID, you can write TCID. These are the input. How to specify? I told single fault assumption. The meaning of single fault assumption means one input variable we have to make it as an invalid input, and other input should be a nominal value. I will repeat. Single fault assumption is nothing but under the weak robust, one input value should be invalid and other input should be a nominal value. For example, for your triangle problem, the upper limit and lower limit is 1 to 10. So here, so one corner we need to cover first and then another corner. Means first we need to make it as a one corner invalid, and the next time so we need to make it as a upper limit invalid input parameter. For example, I'll tell you WR1, here first time A will be a minimum minus and other two input value should be a nominal. Nominal of the 1 to 10 is nothing but 5, 5. So now A is done. Next test case is, now I need to make it as B and C, so invalid. Next time B will be invalid and other two will be a valid. Next time so C will be invalid and other two will be valid. Now you can see minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Now this is, we are calling it as a single fault assumption. So here I have written a test cases for only one corner, that is minimum minus corner. Similarly, I need to write the same test cases for a maximum plus corner. So that is WR4. Maximum plus is nothing but here 1 to 10. Here invalid is minus 1 and here 11 is the invalid. So now I will write the same test cases, but here we are covering a other corner of the input. So 11, 5, 5. Now you can see this is the invalid input, single fault assumption. These two are valid input variable, but so the value should be a nominal. So next test case is, so now A term is over, then other one B, now it will go to invalid. Now B I have made it as invalid and A and C will be a valid, and then so next time A and B will be valid and C will be invalid. These are the 6 test cases we can generate under the weak robust test cases. So I think understood all of you how to write the weak robust test case. Under the weak robust, robust indicates that invalid input, weak indicates that single fault assumption. So here single fault assumption is nothing but we need to cover so both invalid inputs. One is minimum minus and next one is maximum plus. These two are the invalid inputs. So therefore, so single fault assumption means one time one input value will be a invalid and other inputs will be a nominal. That nominal is nothing but valid inputs. So in that fashion you have to write the test cases. So now you can see the test case 1, I have written one test case, one input should be a invalid is a minus 1. So now I am talking about the one corner, lower corner of the input domain. So lower corner is nothing but minus 1 is the invalid input. So this input will be a invalid and other input should be a nominal. Now A term is gone over. Similarly, I will make it as B is invalid next time and other C and C will be a nominal. and next time C will be invalid and other two input will be a valid input, but the value will be nominal. This is what a one corner test cases we have covered. Similarly, we need to go for another corner test cases to write the test cases. That is maximum plus. Maximum plus is a invalid. This is invalid, other two should be a valid, and next time B will be invalid, other two input will be a valid. Similarly, last one also. Now I will move to the next test case, that is strong robust. So in the strong robust, so for a triangle problem, now we are writing the test cases. How to write the test cases? I told already the robust is nothing but invalid inputs. Now the strong indicates that multiple fault assumption. Here, so it's not like one input will be invalid and other two will be a nominal. Here more than one input, so will be a invalid inputs. Therefore, we are calling it as a multiple fault assumptions. So that is nothing but we are giving a invalid input. More than one input will be a invalid input. So now I'll write strong robust test cases. Test case ID will be written as a SR1, SR2, SR3, SR4. In that fashion, we are writing the test cases. Then there is only hard and fast rule to identify the number of test cases. So here, how to identify or how to write the test cases and how many test cases we have to write. Under the strong robust, so point number 1 we have to remember, first input should be a single fault assumption and then followed by a multiple fault assumptions. Please remember how to specify the test cases. The test cases you need to specify in such a way that, so first single fault assumption, all the test cases should be a single fault assumption, then it needs to be followed by the multiple fault assumption. Just I will write single fault assumption. You know that single fault assumption how we have written in the weak robust, that is -1 5 5 -1 5, sorry, this will be a 5 and this will becomes -1 and 5, and the third test case will be these two are 5 5 and this will be the -1. So now you can see here, this is the single fault assumption is over. Then I need to move to the multiple fault assumption. Now I am talking about the lower corner of the input domain. Means I am writing the test cases for lower corner. -1, -1, -1. The other inputs are nominal inputs. Now SR4 is there. Now I need to think about the multiple fault assumption. Multiple fault assumptions are nothing but, now we will consider two inputs will be a invalid inputs and other input will be a nominal. So now -1, -1, 5. Next time, so now A and B is invalid, C is valid. Now I will make next time B and C will be valid and A will be invalid. So now I'll write A will be a valid, B and C will be invalid. Next term SR6, that is strong robust 6 test case. Now AC is a one time valid and next A is one time valid. Next turn is B will be valid and other two A and C will be invalid. This is how we can write the test cases for your strong robust for lower corner. Similarly, you can also write next remaining test cases for strong robust under the upper corner. Invalid input for upper corner. Upper corner is nothing but, so I will write here SR7. So that is the test case will be 11 5 5. Similarly, first single fault assumption, then it needs to be followed by the multiple fault assumption. Then SR8 5 11 5. Then SR9, so 5 5 11. Now the upper corner single fault assumption is covered. Then similarly I need to cover multiple fault assumption. 2 input will be a invalid and other input will be a nominal. SR10 SR11. Next time this will be 5 and these two will be invalid. Next SR12, so this will be a invalid, this will be valid and this will be invalid. Now this is how we are going to write the test cases for your strong robust. Either you have to mention only lower corner, if you have covered then you can write it here. Only for lower corner test cases we have written here. This is the higher corner. If you are combining both together, then total 12 test cases you are going to generating. And if you want one more test cases, in some textbook they have mentioned that multiple fault assumption means 11 11 11, all the input can be an invalid input. And one more test cases you can write, this is what I have written for upper corner. Similarly you can write it for lower corner also, -1 -1 -1. This is also a multiple fault assumption, so for the invalid input variable under the strong robust for a triangle problem. This is about your how a strong triangle problem strong robust test cases we are going to write.